Hello everyone and welcome to another Plan With Me video. This is Elise, Plan With Elise, and today we are going to do two custom spreads for my patrons. This first one, I actually put a sticker down before I decided that I wanted to get this filmed. So this one is a camping themed spread for Darla, and Darla likes a lot of function in her planner. So I was trying to figure out which camping stickers I had, and I came across Travel Basics by Kell of a Plan, which has a camping page, which I think is really fun. Look how pretty. So I think that this may have had packing list on it. I'm not quite sure, but I know that I cut the sticker a little bit to fit in there. So we have some fun functional stickers and decorative stickers, and I'm excited to do this spread for Darla. So I just need to decide how exactly I want to go about it. I think that we are going to take this section here and just immediately do a double box because we've got this green box. I will say the colors in this spread are a little bit hard to match with some of my other functional stickers. So I was able to almost match the like this brick red and also the gray, but I think other than that I'm not going to be able to match this green and this blue, but it's okay. We're gonna figure out a way to make it work. So let's see here. I think it would be fun to start with the s'mores, maybe. What if we start with the s'mores? And then I think I'm gonna do, let's figure this out. I'm trying to map this out in a way that I'm not having too much of the same color together. Okay, we're gonna go for this darker gray. This is from Mojo Jojo, Gray Boxes and More. It's like one of my go-to sticker books. And we're going to bring this in right over here. But because you can kind of see what's underneath it, I'm just gonna put the top down a little bit, and then maybe we can cut around this. It might be hard because I already kind of put the sticker down. Let's see. Need to find a way to like measure this. The hard part is because I already put the sticker down. If I didn't put it down already, this would be a lot easier. So I'm gonna kind of eyeball it and cut out, which definitely was not a big enough part to cut out. No, we cut through the page. Okay, let's fix this. Instead, we are going to use correction tape. And this time, the way that I'm gonna do it is right here, so that the sticker now is gonna kind of cover that part that ripped and sort of like tape it back together. The sticker will do that. So let's put this down. And then we have functional box. There's still a little bit there, but I think it's okay. Now, I'm going to grab, it feels dark in here and I don't know why. Maybe the sun's just not out. I don't know. It just feels a little bit darker in here than usual, even though I have my lights going. So I'm not quite sure why. We are going to add some burgundy boxes, a little bit different than that color, but again, a little hard to get an exact match. And then I think we'll bring in something more decorative over here. So of course we have a box, we have a checklist. So over here, I'm trying to decide, because if I bring in something decorative down here, then I can put a checklist over here so it can't go all the way across. This is really the only spot I can put a checklist on this page because we don't have as much room up here anymore. So let's just go ahead and do that. I think I'm just gonna stick with this burgundy color in terms of checklists, or I do the gray. Maybe we do the gray. The decision making is hard. The decision making is harder when I'm doing this for someone else. So I think, like I did in my last Patreon video, I just need to pretend that this is for me. That just has to be how I do these. Okay, now, what are we gonna put over here? I definitely want to utilize the sidebar, so I'm pausing on it because I have an idea of how I want it to go. And I like this quote, but I don't think I'm quite ready for it. So let's look back because we have some other quotes. To travel is to live. Jobs fill your pockets, but adventures fill your soul. How about travel, the only thing you buy that makes you richer? I like that one. So we're going to take this, and then we're going to find a sticker that's going to work beneath it. Travel, the only thing you buy that makes you richer. I like that. And then maybe we'll bring in these boots. I just heard the song like in my head as I said these boots are made for walking. These boots are made for walking. I don't think that's what the song is about. I don't think that song is about camping, but we can pretend. And I'm just cutting off the like overprint here so that it doesn't go too far into the checklist where you wouldn't be able to, check off the stickers. Okay, that's really cute. Now we need some sort of box over here. So if I'm going back to this coordinating page, we could bring the brown one in, but I feel like the brown one is going to be a little bit big for that section. So I'm just going to shorten it by putting this one down, and I'm going to shift this a little over to the left so that it's not right against this line. And then we'll make a little faux shorter box right there. That looks better. Oh, it's a little crooked. I shouldn't have pressed it down as hard as I did. Whew. Okay, if I can pull this one up, then I'll do a different sticker trick. We can do it. I also have to remember that I'm doing two spreads in this video, so it's okay. We might be here a while. All right, now for my next trick, I'm just going to cut off this strip. This is what I did over here. You'll see this in a lot of my videos. Just like my favorite way to make things work when I feel like I don't have the exact size boxes that I need. Okay, I feel like that's much better. And now let's bring in, we've got the s'mores right there. I was going to put a couple of decorative s'mores, but maybe we bring in one of the marshmallows on a stick just to kind of fill in some of that blank space. I don't necessarily need it to be functional. Could also actually bring in these. These should fit perfectly right there. Let's do that instead. The stacked mugs. Happy camper. Okay, that's cute. We're going to save this for something else. All right, now let's see. I want to bring in another burgundy checklist. Oh, I had one on my desk. So let's put this one over here, or I could put it up top. And we could do a box over here. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. This is going to go up at the top. And then, what did I say? A box over here. So I think that this time we'll do, let's bring in one of these boxes. Maybe we'll do a double box, because I know that we need a lot of function in this spread. So I think we're going to actually take this little one, and we can do kind of two, like right over here. Maybe this way. Because then we have that brown and the brown kind of next to each other. So, you know what? I don't have another brown sticker, so I'm going to save the brown sticker and go for a gray one on this side so that I can put brown on the other side. It's all about that balance in planners, whether it's my planner or someone else's. I want to make sure to have the balance. Now we have room for something fun over here. So I could bring in Life is Better When You're Camping. I want to look through this sticker book again a little bit. I also kind of like these because it has that blue in there too that I think is really fun. So what if we bring in, trying to decide which of these girls looks like she's going camping the most. I would say someone with a ponytail or a messy bun is maybe the most likely to go camping. This is going to be too big, isn't it? It is. Okay. I've got a fix for that. We're going to bring this one down. And of course, I will be sure to link everything I used in the description of this video. What's really fun about this sticker book from Kel of a Plan is just all types of traveling. We're going to move this down just enough, eyeballing it, so that when I put her over here, shift over a little bit more, we don't go over the top. And look, that was perfect. Oh, that's so cute. I'm so glad that I looked further into that sticker book. Okay, that makes me happy. Now, I think we're going to do a box checklist, something decorative. What did I say? Box checklist, something decorative. Okay, let's go for a gray checklist. And we'll do probably a burgundy box. I could also do another, oh, you know what? I had an idea, but I don't think it's going to work. I was going to say that the mugs are on a full box, but I felt like it would be weird having the mugs right next to each other, but I do want to use that. So what if down here we do Life is Better When You're Camping? And then up here, we bring in that brown that I wanted to use before, and maybe a burgundy box because I don't want to do a gray one. So I need to find, there we go, these boxes. This is such a good shade of red. I had a car that was this color. Actually, well, it's the same car I have now. Well, sort of. It's the same kind of car. I have a Honda CR-V. And I used to have a Honda CR-V also. And then when I went to a new one, I decided I wanted a black one instead of the burgundy. But the burgundy was a fun car to have. All right, now we need a checklist. The checklist is probably going to go here. Otherwise, we're going to have double boxes. So I'm going to do a gray one again, even though I have gray the day before. I feel like it's going to make the most sense. So I'm just going to put this a tiny bit over so that there's still space between these two. And then can I put the mug over here now, or are they still too close together? I think it would bug me seeing the mug that way. I really like that sticker and I want to use it. I just don't know where to use it. So let me see. Do we move these mugs and put something else here instead? Are you holding your breath? Because I am. Well, not now because I'm talking, but. Okay. I'm going to move those mugs. I think I'm going to replace this. If it were my spread, I probably wouldn't, but this isn't for me. So we're just going to replace the checklist because I don't want to send somebody a ripped sticker, even though I have ripped other things on this spread already. Okay. Now we need something over here. So I think I'm going to go back to my original thought with this. Just, we've got like the little s'mores thing there. And then do we even just bring in another s'more, or do we bring in the other marshmallow stick? I think we maybe bring in the other marshmallow stick, but I don't want them like fully next to each other. So we're just going to adjust the height a little bit just to kind of add something in terms of the design. All right, now I can get back to my green box that I really wanted to use. The only thing now that I'm looking at this is I feel like we have green over here and I don't have it over here. Oh, I have it down there. Okay, I have a different idea. I'm gonna put this here. I want to switch to my other idea before I forget because I feel like I will forget. So I want to take gray, just like leaning across my desk here. And I have to figure out the best way to do this. I've got it in my brain, but I need to get it down on paper and have it make sense. So I'm going to make a habit tracker here. We're going to make a few habit trackers. What was I going to do with green? Oh, I had those green bullets. I don't actually think that my idea is going to work the way that I thought it would. Because I was thinking I could use these green bullets for different habits. The problem is I only have 3 of these bullets. So I'm trying to think back to one of my older videos where I showed different ways to do a habit tracker in your planner. You could definitely do bullets like this. I could also use these all the way across, but I think 7 of these all the way across is going to be tough. So I think that what we're going to do, if I was doing this for my own planning, I would put 3 of these here as my habits for the week, and then like check off, even though there's nothing to technically check off. I think I would check them. Maybe we do add something to check off. I'm just trying to like lean across my desk. This is why my desk is always messy, because I am always trying to grab something else. Okay. So we're going to put, let's see if we can get 7 of these little bullet stickers. These are from Planner Kate. 2, come on. 3, 4. If this works, I'll do the other 2 trackers off camera because that's going to make this video so much longer. Putting down 21 bullets. I think these are getting a little crooked. Straighten it back up. And then we have the 7 habits. I wouldn't mind centering those. All right, let's get back over here before I get myself completely off track. So we're going to bring in, let's see, trying to get back to the burgundy, and I was going to bring a box in over here on Friday, and we're going to shift that over and then take a checklist, put this here for Saturday. Oops. And then I'll want to put one down for Sunday too. So I'm going to, I think, bring this one in. All right, now I kind of messed up here because I should have put one over here, right? But it doesn't mean that we can't still kind of play around, because we've got this gray box sticker, and I think we can play with it right here and maybe put something in the box as kind of like an accent so that it's not necessarily just like box on box like that. So we can maybe put, we had the mugs, we're not going to do the mugs again. We have the fire down here. We can bring in the s'mores. in this box. Maybe we'll do like a top corner. I never really do that. We'll just do a little top corner there. And maybe the tiny s'mores with it too. I like s'mores, except my s'mores don't have chocolate in them because I can't eat chocolate because it's a huge migraine trigger. I can't even really smell chocolate. It's like a big problem. All right, now we need this. All I need is a Campsite and Good Company sticker. And we're gonna put this right over here. And of course, cover up a little bit of line that it's going across. And then we are going to throw in a smaller gray box. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to leave this undated because I don't know the week that she is going to use it. I could maybe cover up the days of the week just to add a little bit more color to them. Do we do that? I think so. So I'm going to cover them up using the pen instead of correction tape because it may not be as thick of coverage, but when you use correction tape and then you use a clear sticker over it, you can see that white line. So I'm hopeful that if I can get a thick enough coat of this, and the key is to like barely touch the page, really just let the ink kind of hit the page without your pen feeling like it's hitting it too much. That should be thick enough that when we put the stickers over it, it won't, you won't be able to see what's underneath it. And we're going to give that a second to dry. And if you are using this kind of pen, which is my favorite, you may find that it won't always cover this smoothly. And you just have to make sure that you clean off the tip of it, and then the ink should flow really nicely again. Okay, let's use these. There we go. See, do you see a tiny bit of white underneath, but not, I don't think it's enough to be like, wait, what's underneath that sticker? It's just like a little bit of white, but if I used correction tape, it would be a lot more. Wednesday, and then, oops, Thursday, Friday. I'm very sensitive to make sure that I do not mess this up again like I did in a previous spread. I don't know how I didn't even notice it, but you all told me in the comments, so I appreciate that. Okay, I think this spread is so cute. I'm going to add the habit trackers in, and then let's do the next one. Now, this next spread is for Liz, and this one I am going to take a little bit of creative freedom with because there is a design that I actually saw in my Time Hop, which like shows me older photos that I've taken, and most of my Time Hop at this point in my life are, whoops, I need a different sticker book. Okay, anyone else running out of black boxes? My Time Hop is mostly planner photos and photos of my niece and nephew and dogs. I mean, that's usually what I take pictures of. So anyway, I saw a photo of something that I was like, oh, I want to make a spread like that again. And I'm trying to decide, do we do hexagons? If we do hexagons, there's going to be a lot of them. Or do I go for boxes? I was originally thinking boxes, and not like I don't have other black box stickers, but then I stood up and I went over to my box. Oh, there are more boxes. Why did I think? Okay. We're going to pause on hexagons and go to boxes instead. Shift this over. And this is something that I've done in the past. It's been a long time since I've done a spread like this. And I was like, oh, I really want to do that again. But I'm running out of stickers. I'm not running out of stickers. I'm never running out of stickers. I just couldn't find the exact sizing that I wanted to. So anyway, Liz said that she uses a vertical classic and that her spreads usually involve florals, which mine often do as well. And so I was like, you know what? This is going to be the time for me to have a little bit of fun here and go back to an old favorite style. And that's what we're going to do. So I'm going heavy on the boxes and I'm just kind of mapping this out. This part I actually probably could do right on the paper. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to go right on the paper itself. The next part I think is what I need to use the wax paper for. It's been quite a while since I've done a spread like this, so I'm kind of forgetting how I used to do it. I also feel like when I used to do this style, it was before I had a YouTube channel, so maybe a lot of it was just done sitting at my desk, or I used to do a lot of planning from bed, honestly, back in my studio apartment. I guess since then I haven't really done planning outside of my desk because I launched my YouTube channel right after I left my studio apartment, and I haven't really planned from bed since then. And then this time we're going to put both of these kind of right here, but we're going to give them a little bit of space, I think, in between. Yeah, just a little bit of a line there. All right, now I want to do the same one over here. So I'm going to move this side of the page so that I can size this properly. Put that down. We'll cover this one up. I also realized in between filming both parts of these videos that the first video was like 23 minutes. That's kind of an average length for a video for me. So this one is it's going to be long when they're put together. I have 7 patrons in the new tier where I'm doing these custom spreads, and I don't have enough room on my channel for 7 additional videos. So some of them this month anyway are going to be combined. Others are just not going to be able to be filmed because I just don't have the room for all of it. There's a lot happening this month. There's a lot of fun planner things coming and videos that are regular on my channel, like, you know, my monthly and my budget and all of that kind of stuff. So they just won't all be able to be filmed. And maybe we'll alternate. We'll see how it goes. A little bit of space right here. And then we're going to take one more big box, one more square box, and put it right in the middle here. So this needs to be covered. I should have chosen a less time-consuming theme for this, but it's okay. This is fun. Certain things we have to do as adults are not fun. This is. What's bugging me is that there's spacing, like you can see the spacing in between these, and on the left side you can't. So what I'm going to do is just use my pen, and I think that once the ink dries you won't really be able to tell, but I'm just going to cover up in between here. And I'm not at all worried about bleeding through the pages on these because these are going into someone else's planner where they're probably not going to use the other side. Okay, I think that that's better. It's a little bit over here. I guess this needs to come down. And maybe a tiny bit through here. I don't know, my pen's not small enough to get in there. Okay, I think we're good. Now, the bottom is all going to be checklists. So because I already know that, I'm going to go ahead and put those down. Just like grab a few at a time. And this way they'll be automatic function. I mean, the boxes are functional, but checklists are functional too. Functional, I think checklists are more functional because they help me oops, map out what needs, oops, that's crooked, what needs to be done each day. Okay. Now, I know this spread is looking very dark. A lot of black going on here, but we're going to brighten it up soon. I promise. So we'll get these down. You may be able to see, oh yeah, you can see that I have stickers next to me that are not black and white. Once we get these down. Okay, we are also, I think, lucking out today, unless I'm about to jinx myself, but today is Thursday and I'm on my lunch break and the landscapers are either gone or spending a lot of time on the other side of the street. This was not a video I planned on actually filming today, but I was like, you know what? I haven't seen them in a while. I haven't heard them in a while. I don't really see them. So I think that we can try, and if it starts to get loud, we will stop. Okay, now I am taking Functional Florals Volume 2 by Amber Plans Her Day, and I wanted to grab these florals, which I've used a little bit of before, but we're gonna go a little different this time. So I'm going to do, and I'm probably doing this in like the most difficult way possible, because if I just put these florals down and then layered the boxes over them, it would work, sort of. But number one, you'd be able to see the florals underneath the boxes. Number two, we wouldn't get as much of a use out of the florals. Like this time, I think that with the way I do this, whoops, I almost just stabbed myself. We will be able to see, like, be able to use more than just more. How do I explain this? The scraps that I'm about to cut off or about to leave behind, I guess, I may be able to reuse. So this one, we're going to put this right over here. I also just realized I need to cover the line. Probably need to do that across the whole top. And then we're going to put this down. And the reason I'm cutting it first over wax paper is so that the stickers do not stick or do not rip the black boxes when I'm pulling them up. Look how pretty that is. That's exactly what I envisioned for this spread. It's exciting when you have an idea and it works, because we know I have plenty of ideas that don't work. So now wax paper again, just kind of figuring out where this one's gonna go. We've got a little bit of extra space in between these that I don't like. So we'll do that. And cut there, cut here. This is the part that's a little bit more time consuming. But it's a fun trick for your planner. If you haven't done a spread like this and used the wax paper as the way to sort of measure it all out, I would definitely recommend it. Look how pretty. I'm gonna start to want to keep some of these for myself. Now, let's do this side. And let's go for, maybe this one will work nicely here. Okay, so this time I'm gonna cut. The more cuts, the harder it is. I think the last time I actually did this was using JoJo's Pretty Paper Shop Tulips, which are some of my favorite stickers, but that's actually not the one that kind of reminded me to do this. It was like an older one with the black boxes, which was a style that I used to do a lot. This one's gonna rip a little, and I forgot to cover up. There we go. Forgot to cover up the lines. It was a style, it was like my go-to. Florals and black boxes was one of my favorite older designs in my planner. And then I think what happened was that there became so many more colored boxes to use. Like, it used to be hard to get the colors you need. but it's not hard anymore. So I stopped doing the black ones, but I feel like every time I do it, I just want to go back to it. So this might be something you see popping up on my channel soon because I want to spread like this for my planner. Okay, now I want to see how easily I can do this without doing the wax paper because it is a bit of a longer step. So if I trim there, I know I'm going to need to trim down. Oh, I didn't do it enough. Okay, let's put that one down. And then, wait, that's not going to work. I don't think that I have the like brain power. Whoops. Okay, well that's just going to stay the way it is. It's going to be too small. All right, forget that sticker. We are going to continue using the wax paper because that seems to be the foolproof way. I say foolproof and just wait, there's going to end up being another mistake. Trying to figure out how to get this sticker to fill a decent amount of space from both of these. I think that's the way to do it. So knife, using the black as sort of my outline or like my stencil. And then this should pull up really nicely. Okay. Oh, it's so pretty. Now we need just like a little sticker. So I'm going to go back to one of the scraps in here and see if I can maybe get this to work. Because this was already on the wax paper, it's going to be easier. No, that's not going to work because then I'm going to hit the end here. That's not going to work. Never mind. Okay, well my whole plan about using the scraps just isn't really happening. This one I could make do across all of it, but there's going to be barely any that are going to pop up across the top. So we are just going to continue with new stickers. So I guess there are kind of a lot of stickers used or maybe wasted. Another option is to kind of put your hands on it to remove some of the stickiness so that it doesn't stick as hard to the page and when you're trying to pull it up. But if you're nervous about cutting through the page, this is definitely not something to do. I'm not as nervous about cutting through the page because, again, the other side of it isn't being used. There we go. And then we just need a little bit more. So this may be an opportunity for me to use a scrap. Even just like that. That works. So we're going to cut this one here and over here. I don't think I pressed hard there. There we go. All right, I feel like that looks so pretty. I wasn't gonna do the bottom part, so here's what we're gonna do instead. I did pull out the black and white sticker book because I really liked one of the sidebar stickers. I like the This Week sticker. And we're gonna put this right over here. And then, let's see what else is in here. We don't really have a ton of room for quotes in this spread, but I like quotes. So we have some room, a little bit of room, because I still want to put something beneath the boxes. I'm just going to go a little bit lower here with this one. Today is the day. I like that. And then let's bring another one in. Maybe Have Courage. This one will go right over here. Okay, now in Functional Florals Volume 2, I don't know if I said before that this is that's the sticker book. It's just really hard to see. It makes me a little dizzy, honestly. But, oh, these are going to be hard to pull up because I can't see them. Okay, we've got these really fun strips of grid, kind of like grid washi, but they're sticker strips. So I wanted to put these down here on each of them. Come on, don't stab myself. There we go. All right. Does it make you nervous when I when I use the knife? Because it makes me nervous when I use it. And then we're just gonna go across the bottom of these and add this grid in. This is coming out exactly how I wanted it to. And that makes me really happy. And I'm also realizing that this video is going to be very long. So if you're still here, thanks. Sorry, I didn't really mean to have such a long video. I was like, oh, these are two that I can combine into one. I don't think so. But I just glanced at the clock and realized what time I checked out for lunch, because we are on my lunch break. I hear a truck, which means the landscapers may be coming back or leaving. Maybe they were on the other end of the street. Ooh, almost sliced my finger there. Okay. And two more. This is a little bit easier to do with actual washi tape than sticker paper that looks like washi, because you don't have to worry about it, the other side coming down, and you can cut it a little bit easier than needing to use a knife. All right, I think this is so very pretty. I know that Liz likes a lot of function in her planner also, so I'm going to take maybe well, we already have this week over here. I was going to bring in another header, but maybe we take focus. How about focus? Because we did this week's list already. So I'm looking for my correction tape. And I'm going to take I want a small box, like a header. I don't know what that was, but I just heard like a vibration that made me kind of pop my head up and think that my phone was vibrating, which it can't when I'm on when I'm doing a video, because I put it on airplane mode. But I'm like wondering what that could have been. I've also experienced it before when living in an apartment, because sometimes the people above me, and I had this in like all of my apartments, so it's not like it was specific to my old neighbors, but if someone has their phone on like a table or a hard surface or even the floor and it buzzes, you can hear it because they're all hardwood floors. But I keep my phone on airplane mode when I'm filming, because I used to not do that when I first launched my channel, and I would get calls and it would stop the video and I wouldn't know that the video had stopped until it was over. So a lot of my original older YouTube videos are paused mid-video, or they just stop because I didn't know it was happening. So I still use a phone to film. I don't quite find a need for a camera at this point. Now, because I brought in the focus, I feel like this is the wrong sticker book. I feel like I kind of want to bring in Kelva Plan days of the week, but the days of the week I have here are really small. I feel like for consistency purposes, it might make sense. So I don't think I'm going to need to cover them up though. Maybe Wednesday. Wednesday we might need to, because this Wednesday looks a little bit smaller, yeah, than this one. But I don't need to cover the whole thing. And probably Saturday will need to be covered too. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, again, I'm not going to date this because I don't know what week she will want to use it. So this is the spread for Liz. This is the spread for Darla. Let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. I'll link everything that I use in the description of this video. I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for spending so much time with me. I will see you soon.